After 70, something changes. Not just in your body or your routine, but in how time feels. You no longer feel like you've got unlimited years ahead to make mistakes, wait around, or keep giving parts of yourself to people who don't truly value them. Time becomes sacred. Every morning you wake up, every peaceful afternoon breeze, every quiet cup of tea, it all starts to feel more precious than ever. And yet, so many older adults continue to waste that time. Not on things, but on people. Not just strangers, but often their own children, their relatives, their neighbors, or people they once called friends. They do it out of habit, guilt, or fear of being alone. But the truth is, the longer you do that, the shorter your joy becomes. This is the moment to draw the line, to say enough. No more letting other people chip away at your peace. Let's start right here. 1. Stop wasting time on adult children who take you for granted. You've raised them. You gave them your best years. Late nights when they were sick, sacrifices when money was tight, endless patience as they figured out their own path. And now, you might call them and they barely return it. You invite them over, but they're too busy. Or they show up only to talk about themselves. They vent, they unload their stress, and they leave. And you're left there, not even sure if they noticed how tired you looked, or whether they asked how you are doing. That's not love, that's convenience. Many seniors I've spoken to feel torn. They think, but they're my kids, I should be there for them. But being there doesn't mean being used. There's a big difference between being a parent and being a doormat. One woman I met, Linda, 73, told me she was exhausted after watching her son's kids 5 days a week, while he and his wife worked. She didn't mind helping, but over time, it became assumed, never requested. They dropped off the kids like it was her job. No thanks, no support, not even a birthday card. And when she asked for a break, they got upset with her. That's when she realized love shouldn't leave you drained. She gently set a boundary. Only 2 days a week now. At first, they resisted, but over time, they adjusted. And Linda got her life back. You can love your children deeply and still protect your peace. If they only show up when they need something, if they don't make an effort to see how you're truly feeling, you have the right to step back. You're not here to keep sacrificing yourself indefinitely. You've done enough. Now it's your turn to be treated with respect, not as a free babysitter, emergency fund, or emotional sponge. If they don't recognize your worth, that's their loss. You don't have to keep proving your love by draining yourself. 2. Stop wasting time on relatives who only show up when they want something. Blood doesn't always mean bond, and many seniors keep wasting time, energy, and even money on family members who only appear when they need a favor. Maybe it's a cousin who only calls when they're in trouble, or a brother who disappears for months until there's an inheritance issue or a health scare. And when you reach out just to talk or ask for help, they're too busy, too tired, or just not interested. There's this silent expectation, especially in older generations, that family is family no matter what, that you owe them your time because you share the same bloodline. But here's the truth. Just because someone shares your last name doesn't mean they get to drain your energy like a tap. Family is not about obligation. It's about respect. It's about showing up not just when it's convenient, but consistently. I remember hearing about a man named George, 78, who kept giving small loans to a niece he barely knew. She'd call every few months with some crisis: rent, school, a car repair. And George, soft-hearted, always said yes. Until one day, he needed help getting to a doctor's appointment after surgery, and she didn't pick up. That moment opened his eyes. He realized he wasn't family to her. He was just a resource. After that, he stopped answering those calls. Not with anger, but with clarity. It's okay to be generous, but it's not okay to be exploited. If someone only sees your value when they need something, they don't deserve your time. Don't let guilt or tradition keep you trapped in one-sided relationships. Your time now should be spent with people who genuinely care, not those who remember you when it benefits them. 3. Stop wasting time on neighbors who gossip, compete, or drain you. There's a certain kind of neighbor that's always watching, always whispering, always comparing. Maybe they smile on the outside, but something about the way they ask, "Oh, are you walking alone again today?" feels more like judgment than friendliness. Some of them gossip just to pass the time, about who visits you, how your garden looks, whether your son's car was parked in the driveway. And you nod politely, but inside, it leaves you unsettled. At a certain age, you start to crave more silence, more realness. But instead, many older adults keep entertaining neighbors who pull them into gossip, drama, or competition. There's the neighbor who brags about their children's jobs just to make you feel small. Or the one who always finds a way to one-up your stories. Or worse, the neighbor who acts sweet in person, then spreads your personal business the moment you turn away. Mary, 75, told me she spent years chatting daily with a woman down the street. At first, it was nice, company, a little companionship. But over time, she noticed this woman would twist her words and repeat them to others. Private things about Mary's health or finances started becoming public whispers. Mary felt betrayed. But still, she kept smiling, kept talking, because she didn't want to seem rude. Eventually, though it wore her down, the stress, the fake smiles, the constant watchfulness, she realized it was costing her peace. So she distanced herself. And for the first time in years, her walks felt calm again. Being polite should never come at the price of your peace. You don't owe anyone your time just because they live near you. Choose who you engage with. If a neighbor drains you, makes you feel judged or anxious, it's okay to pull away. This is your home, your space. Fill it with calm, not chaos. 4. Stop wasting time on old friends who no longer act like friends. Not all friendships grow with you. Some get stuck in the past. Others take turns you didn't expect. And it's hard, because you shared memories, milestones, maybe even decades together. But lately, when you talk, you leave a conversation feeling worse, not better. They cut you off, criticize your choices, or never really listen anymore. You stay connected out of habit or loyalty, but the friendship doesn't feel nourishing. It feels like an obligation. One man I knew, Earl, 80, told me he had a friend from work he met every Friday. For years, it was their tradition. But recently, the friend had become bitter. He'd rant about politics, complain about his kids, mock other people, and never once ask about Earl's life. Every time Earl came home, he felt emotionally drained. But still, he showed up every week, because they'd been friends for 40 years. Finally, one week, Earl didn't go. He stayed home, read his favorite book, and sat by the window watching birds. And you know what? He felt peace. And he never looked back. Friendship should not feel like emotional labor. It should feel like ease, understanding, shared laughter, even shared silence. If someone makes you feel tense, small, or exhausted, that's not friendship anymore. It's okay to walk away, even if the friendship is old. You're not betraying the past. You're honoring your present. 5. Stop wasting time trying to please everyone, especially when they don't appreciate it. There's a silent pressure that many older people carry. This sense that you must keep the peace, stay agreeable, not rock the boat. You're expected to always smile, always say yes, always go along with what others want, just to avoid conflict. You've probably done it for years, maybe decades. But here's the hard truth. The people who get upset when you finally say no are the very people who were benefiting from your silence. After 70, trying to please everyone is like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. It never fills, and you end up tired and empty. Maybe it's your grown children who expect you to say yes to every last-minute request. Maybe it's a sibling who only calls to guilt trip you. Maybe it's friends or community members who invite you to events you no longer enjoy, but you attend anyway just to avoid disappointing them. And when you do speak up, even gently, they make you feel like you are the problem. There's a man named Roger, 76, who told me that for years, he drove his church group around every weekend because no one else wanted to. He paid for gas, missed family time, and even put off doctor appointments just to be helpful. But when he fell ill and asked someone else to step in, no one did. Not one of them offered to return the favor. And when he stopped showing up, they stopped calling. That's when Roger realized being needed is not the same as being valued. It takes courage to stop trying to please everyone. But when you do, something incredible happens. You feel lighter. You sleep better. You begin to enjoy your own company. And you start to see who truly respects you, not for what you do for them, but for who you are. People who love you will understand when you set boundaries. Those who don't were only there for what they could take from you. You don't need to sacrifice your well-being for approval. After 70, your peace should be non-negotiable. Now that you've looked at all the ways time can quietly be wasted, on draining relationships, ungrateful children, toxic relatives, gossipy neighbors, fading friendships, or the endless pressure to please, it's time to ask the most important question. What actually nourishes you? Not what people expect from you, not what you feel obligated to do, but what feeds your spirit. Time after 70 is not about finishing a to-do list. It's about feeling alive, even in the smallest things. It might be sitting in your backyard and watching birds. It might be picking up that old hobby you abandoned decades ago. It might be spending more time with your kindest grandchild, or maybe with yourself. It might be joining a group that shares your interests, not just your age. Or it might be letting yourself rest without guilt for the first time in your life. You are not selfish for wanting peace. You are not meant for setting boundaries. You are not wrong for choosing silence over gossip, joy over obligation, and calm over chaos. After 70, your time is not something you owe anyone. It's a treasure you must guard. Don't waste it on people who drain you. Don't waste it on proving your worth. You've already proven it by living, by loving, by surviving all the seasons of life. From this day forward, give your time to people who see you, who lift you, who truly enjoy your presence. Give your time to beauty, to laughter, to rest, to lightness. The rest, let it go. You've earned that freedom.